turning the page onto our game previews. We do have our final slate of buys coming up this weekend. Carolina, New England, the Giants, and San Francisco. So after this week, we will all be on the same number, at least of games played. Thanks, Cowboys and Packers. We have a tie out there that we have to somehow Pythagorean theorem into that. Anyways, diving into our first game of the weekend, it is going to be the Denver Broncos heading to Vegas to face the aforementioned Las Vegas Raiders. The Broncos are going to be 8-point favorites. 41 is your over-under. In terms of the money line, Denver minus 435 and Vegas plus 325. Raider Jim, obviously no one gets the floor before you talking Raider football. What thoughts?
Here's what I think. I think the Denver defense is going to have a field day on Sunday because they're just good. They're good against the pass. They're good against the run. They're just good overall. They're sitting at 10-2. And even with that kind of a cushion in the AFC West, everybody wants to go out and beat the Raiders, even when the Raiders aren't good. It's like they remember things that they got picked on in the past in the schoolyard by the bullies. And now the bullies slowed down. So we're going to go put some Post-its on the back of the bully that say, kick me, and embarrass him. So that's probably what is going to happen. I don't see any way, shape, or form the Raiders are going to put up 20 points on the board. So I'm going to go under on this one because they'll get their one touchdown or their 3 field goals, and that's about it. Denver, on the other hand, Bo Nix is probably going to sit back there, have time to throw, have time to open up holes to offensive line for the running backs, and just look for Denver to have an overall good game. That's the hard part, is definitely this could go over just by virtue of Denver putting up 35 against the Raiders. As far as the spread goes, not going to touch it. -8, very achievable. Boy, the Raiders are just too inconsistent and playing too poorly for me to even look at the line.
Yeah, it's Denver. This is unfortunately a mismatch, at least in terms of momentum. The one thing I will say about the Raiders, at least statistically, they are average defensively. Against the run, they're 15th. Against the pass, they're 18th. Unfortunately, the points allowed, that's where it kind of spikes up. But I also do think that's, unfortunately, the interception set a lot of those points up themselves. I think Denver is a good team, but they seem unable to blow anyone out. And that was, very apparent. What was it, Sunday night, when they had to go to overtime against Mariota? Or maybe it's Mariota. I don't know why they continued to enunciate the "ta" on Sunday night. But anyways, and then even going back to, I think it was all the way at the start of the year, Tennessee almost took them week 1. So this is a team that, and look, they win close games. That should be commended, no doubt about it. But 8 points is a lot in a divisional game at home. But I am with you. I am definitely taking the under. I see this as a 17-10, a 16-9 type game. Denver and Sean Payton, no, they don't really need to open up the playbook a ton here. And again, I think Vegas's defense is the strength of this team. And again, that's not saying a ton, but that is at least where they can say, hey, we're not bottom of the barrel here. So I think maybe they're able to kind of keep that under control. And I will buy a 0.5 point just in case, because it does seem like extra points being missed. The 7 number might just turn to 8 or 6, depending on however you want to look at it these days. So give me a 0.5 point. Vegas plus 8.5 under 41. But yeah, I do think Denver gets the job done. It's just a divisional road game. They haven't shown the ability to blow anyone out.